to Talking Junk. Talking Junk. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Welcome to Talking Junk, the podcast that tries to come to you live every week. We are here tonight. We have another great guest for you. He was supposed to be on a few weeks back, but you know how between the both of us, our schedules and our lives are so hectic and so busy, we had to keep pushing it back. But finally, he is here, the Godfather of Naked and Afraid, here to promote his many ventures. EJ Snyder. How's it going, bro?
What's up? 2025. Let's talk some junk. Thanks for having me back, Jason.
Hey, my pleasure, man. I'm glad to finally have it connect so we can finally get to this conversation.
You know, we had the holidays going on, trying to close out the year. It was a crazy year for me. It's been a crazy 2 years for me, really. I mean, a lot's been going on with me outside of television and my normal teaching survival and doing survival expos and trade shows. You know, I decided, after the worst economy after COVID to become a full-time entrepreneur pretty much. And I got so many business ventures going on. They all hit at the same time. It's just crazy. So, I mean,
that's what you want, right? You want them all to hit at the same time so they can hit the pockets at the same time.
That's right. You know the deal, man. When you're an entrepreneur, and I tell people all the time, when you have a dream, you got to treat that dream like a baby. You got to hold it close. You got to protect it. You got to nurse it. You got to tell it nice little things. You got to protect it. But you know what you don't do with it? You don't tell nobody about it. You show them. And so that's what I've been doing. And so if you've been in the grocery stores at the magazine, this guy is the first person to grace the cover of Backwoodsman magazine twice. And they don't have a lot of people on that magazine. I think maybe it's only been 6 people in the 44-year history of this magazine because they're old school survival magazine, outdoor. They like to put pictures like paintings and images of mountain men. So to have your image on there, so it's the winter edition. You can't miss it. Go to your magazine store, magazine shelf at either Publix or your local grocery store or CVS, and check it out. But what the thing is we were announcing we launched Survival Mastery last October. Now, Survival Mastery, I'm the executive vice president and chief instructor for this platform. And it's an online learning platform where we teach you survival, outdoor, off-grid skills, self-sufficiency. So we're not just teaching survival bushcraft. We are there it is right there. Go. You did your homework. I love you, bro. So we are teaching you not just how to start fires, do the normal survival stuff, but teaching you how to beekeep, teaching you how to pickle vegetables, how to grow crops, different things like that even people that don't get outside, you want to learn how to backpack or camp 101s. We're doing it all. We're going to have a podcast. We're doing a kids program. We're working with homeschooling, public schooling. We're working with colleges. Soon we're going to be with the Veterans Administration. It's a huge thing, and we've got the best talent of survival outdoor skills in TV, YouTube, and within the community. And you're not going to want to miss it. And if you go to www.survivalmastery.co, you can see this and go there. And for the price of a couple lattes a month, you can get a wealth of education to help save your life, prepare you. And so it's really been amazing, the reception of how this thing is kicked off. We've got great people like Jax, Jenga, Jess. We have Sean Kelly from Corporal's Corner on Survival. Yeah, he's a big YouTube guy. We got Stephen Kelly, Wes Harper, Matt Wright, Luke McLaughlin. Those guys were from the TV show Naked and Afraid. We have Ray Livingston from Alone. Soon we're going to have Matt Graham, Ed Stafford, an amazing wealth of instructors, and teaching you in a very easy to learn platform. We go live on this platform to answer your questions. And if, let's say you're doing a bow drill fire, you can go on, film yourself doing the bow drill fire, send it into us, and we'll have one of our instructors critique it, give you some pointers and video back to you. So we are a community, an online community, and have a Discord going on that you join a tribe, a family, and you can also find us on Instagram and Facebook, Survival Mastery Online, and we have like a lot of people chatting and talking about stuff there, so you can get kind of familiar with the platform, and even go to our YouTube page, and you get little teasers. But you want to get on that platform; it's not very expensive, and if you use code Little EJ 2025, you'll get a deal. Get there now while the prices are low, knocking off going into the new year. And you know, survival is so important to me. A few years back on my website, ejsnyder.com, I released a video called The Ultimate Bug-In Home Defense Guide.
Was it little EJ? I'm sorry, it was Little EJ what?
Little EJ 2025. That's the promo code you can use, and you get a little discount going on to make it a great deal for you. But go in there and look around, check it out, then sign up. I've got my course in there, Extreme Survival, and pretty soon we're going to put the Ultimate Bug-In in there. But the Ultimate Bug-In Home Defense Guide taught everyday Americans. After the pandemic, we've seen that over 90% of the population's bugging in. They're not going anywhere. You know, they want to stock up on their toilet paper for some crazy reason. I don't know why. But they think toilet paper is a good survival item. But, you know, I guess you could start a fire with it if you needed to. But all kidding aside, you know, there's my book, Emergency Home Preparedness. This book was birthed off of that video because I want everyone to be ready for bad days ahead, whether it's another pandemic, civil unrest, war, natural disaster. This guide gets you with lists and different things to get you ready. You can find it on Amazon, but if you want a signed copy of this, a signed copy where I'll personalize it to you, you send in your information to Skull Crusher, one word, MGR at yahoo.com. I'll send that to you in the chat, Jason. But if you go there, that's an email that comes into my team. Again, Skull Crusher, all one word, MGR, that's manager abbreviated, at yahoo.com, Skull Crusher, MGR at yahoo.com. Send me your name and your address, and then I'll get you the payment details. But I'm running a special for your audience. If they write it and they put in there talking junk in the email for $30 for the cost of the book, I will personalize it, send along an autographed picture as well. And then there'll be a shipping and handling fee that I'll let you know where to pay it. But for talking junk only, we're going to do $30 on this book signed. Normally it's a $50 package deal, and we've been doing it for $37.50 lately. But for you tonight, $30. All right.
So you heard it here first. Open your wallets. Go to the website. Go get the book signed, sealed, personalized, and delivered to you with a professional headshot. You cannot ask for anything more from the Godfather of Naked and Afraid. You can hang that right next to your Jesus picture in your dining room.
So now I've had a few other things going on, but I'm ready to chat with you. If you had a question, Jason, or something, I've got a couple other things going on in the business world. But those are the two things right out the gate. What's that?
I do have a question, actually. So the survival mastery is right along your alley. People expect things like that from you. We want to learn survival from a survival expert, which is why the emergency home preparedness is not any surprise. It's right along. What's happening
right now? We got wildfires in California. Right. My brethren in Western North Carolina, we have been hit. When we got hit with Hurricane Helene, everybody's forgetting about them. They are still out there right now in Walmart tents freezing. We just had an ice and snowstorm come through the hills tonight. And they're out there in the temperatures are in the teens. Now, I understand that my heart and prayers go out to those affected by these wildfires out there in California. Got a lot of friends out there in that area affected by it, but yet, the government's giving a lot of aid right off the bat, which they should, but they didn't do that in Western North Carolina. We can't forget about them either. We got to help everybody, the fire victims, these hurricane victims, whether in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida. And this home preparedness guide is going to make sure that when those things hit, you're ready.
You definitely need to be ready.
Definitely. Yeah, and the bigger thing is, too, with survival mastery, which it goes along with this, we're teaching those things, too. But we vet our instructors. We vet the information because a lot of people go, well, why should I pay for something I can get for free on the internet or YouTube? Well, listen here, guy. You're very smart, and maybe natural selection's for you because you don't know what you're going to get on the internet because, yes, there's some good YouTubers out there. I don't knock them. They're making their living that way. Folks like Dave Canterbury over at the Pathfinder course, Survival Lily, my good friend from over in Austria. And I'm not begrudging them. What I'm just saying to you, though, is those people I can bona fide say, yes, you're getting good information. But there's a lot of people out there, you don't know what you're getting. So We're going to vet the instructors. We're going to vet the information. And we don't do it just once, not twice, but 3 times before it gets put on our platform because we are going to be the Encyclopedia Britannica of the survival outdoor skills world and off-gridding because we're collecting courses. Our site is security protected, so it won't get hacked. The information won't get lost. It's always there when you need it. And the great fun thing about our survival mastery is it's like a gaming Discord. So you get earned badges when you pass a certain course. You can get when you get a badge, you get points and discounts to use in our store to buy really cool gear. We wanted to make it fun. Learning should be fun. It shouldn't be painful.
Now, are you guys going to plan on turning it into an app at some point?
Eventually, there is an app in the program. We are also going to offer live courses with survival mastery, like gatherings, where you come for a weekend. We'll have some of our instructors out there. We're going to have fun and teach you something and have games. So that's all part of the whole program. Because we're mostly going to be online, but we also want to meet everybody. And we're going to partner with different survival schools so that if you're one of our subscribers, you'll get a discount to go to that physical school, one that we have made a partnership with that we recommend. We know they're good. And vice versa. The people that go to these different schools, if they go to that course, we're going to offer them a discount to come join us all the time online. So we're releasing new courses twice a month, 3 times a month. And there's so much information. There's like 100 hours of learning up there right now.
Now, you mentioned the podcast. Is the podcast linked to the Survival Mastery as well?
Yes, this podcast is going to be Survival Mastery specific, where we're going to talk about one of our instructors are coming in. We're going to pick a topic, and we're going to just banter back and forth about it and chat about it. Maybe we'll pick 1 or 2. Maybe we'll talk to Core 4. We're going to keep it loosey-goosey, but we really want to make it – we want our subscribers to tell us what they want to hear from us. We don't want to be the dictators. We want to make it very interactive, and that's very key and important when you're trying to learn new skills in survival.
Yeah, it definitely is. Now, it's like I said, it's no surprise that you would partner up with some of the best survivalists out there to bring some of this content to life. But how in the world does a grandmaster survivalist such as yourself end up in the pickle business?
Well, let me tell you something. I'm from Jersey, right? My partner, who's an Air Force veteran, Jason Loveland, is from New York. And we used to talk about pickles all the time. We just had an affinity as connoisseurs for all kinds of pickles. But my partner used to always talk about his grandmother's pickle. Her recipe was world-renowned. She passed away, and the last time he had ate one of her pickles was before he went in the Air Force. And he's like, man, I've been trying to find my grandma's pickle, and I just can't find one that tastes just like it. Well, he finally got the recipe, and he sent me one of these pickles. And when I tasted this thing, it was the absolute best pickle I've ever tasted. And I'm like, brother, we need to figure this out. We got to bring this to the world. He's like, hey, do you think we can go to farmers markets and Trump rallies or what with these things? I'm like, dude, you want a job? I want to take on the pickle world. Let's do this thing. And so we sat down and we tried to figure out, we needed a name. We wanted to be veteran focused because we were both veterans, both, disabled vets. And we wanted to help out other in need veterans somehow. So we wanted to make it not just about the pickles, but we wanted to use it as a platform. And we're both very patriotic. So let's do red, white, and blue labels. Let's figure out a name. So we had a name, but somebody else had it. The All American Pickles, Patriot Pickles. We went to their website. I checked it out. Guess what color their doggone labels were?
What color?
Boring green and yellow like all the other pickles. So red, white, blue, we were in. We became Freedom Pickles. And then every one of our pickle mascots on the label, we wanted to honor all the services. So they're all very jump off the label, cartoony action label characters. We wanted a great naming convention. So our dill pickles, they look like missiles, right? So they're called Patriot Missiles. And we have a World War II paratrooping pickle, our lead mascot, Sergeant Pickle Cruncher, paratrooping in with the pickles, baby. And then we got our firework frenzy honoring the Air Force. Gunners smoke them. Oh, my God. He's coming in shooting the hot peppers off the plane.
I still have them on my phone from when you sent them to me. I just didn't get a chance to upload them.
Okay, well, if you go to Instagram, Freedom Pickles USA, or our Facebook page, you'll see them up there. And so that's our hot and spicy, our firework frenzies. And then we've got a sandwich mine, explosion flavor in every bite with Sammy, our mascot. It's a big hamburger sandwich with the pickles. And we got 3 of those. And our 4th one is Gunny's Garlicky. And we've got Gunny Hard Way, and we got a little garlic pile in there, private garlic pile. Oh, there he is. There's Sergeant Pickle Cruncher. Look at that guy. And there's our company logo. And so a portion of our proceeds goes back to veteran causes. We want to be 70% on our workforce, veterans in need, homeless veterans, and we're going to sign them up. And for 10 years when they work with us comes re-enlistment time, and you either stay with us and you get a retirement plan to work for us at like 20 years, whatever. And then if you want to leave our company after 10 years, we will partner with you as a veteran on your own little farm. We'll partner with you. We'll get a percentage off of that, but we'll set you up. I don't care if you want to grow carrots, corn, milk goats. I don't care. We're going to take back farming at the lower level with veteran farms, family-owned businesses of any kind. But it starts with the pickles because we have the greatest pickle on earth. Our pickle labels look at you and they say, hey, drop it, give me 10 right now, and you're taking me home. And so when you take them home, you eat that pickle, you're hooked. You can't just eat one. You eat the whole jar. You come back for more. And they're cartoony, so the kids are going to love them. We're going to have a comic book. We're going to have a cartoon with our pickle mascots. It's going to be amazing. They're really great pickles. I'm so excited about it. We had a huge meeting yesterday with the Pickle King, Richard Omanoff. This guy knows, he's a New Yorker, he's like 82. He's got the vibrant energy of a 30-year-old. He's amazing. I think it's from eating these pickles. He is amazing, and he's taught us a lot about the pickle business. He knows everybody in the pickle business. And Richard, publicly, I want to say thank you for meeting with me and Jason yesterday. More to come on that. We'll see where that's going. But, baby, we're in Florida. We're in North Carolina. And
hey, you got to get him to come on and meet with this Jason, too.
Yes, we will do this. And I'll tell you what, these pickles, we're going to be in everywhere. We're in IGA's, Hancock's. We're in a bunch of local places in North Carolina. We're in Joe's Bar and Grill, Joe's All-American Tap Cafe in Vero Beach. Just went there today. Oh, by the way, I'm a co-owner in that bar. And so the pickles are there too. They are amazing. We went to the Army-Navy game back in December. I had over 200 people test our pickles out. We've got them ready to go. So when our website's up, freedompickles.com, we're going to be able to take online orders as well. Come on, baby. Pickles in 2025. Yes.
And
bringing patriotism back. one pickle crunch at a time. You want these things at your picnic table. You know it. And in your fridge.
Definitely.
And on
That's
your
what I'm
burger.
waiting for. I'm waiting for those online orders to go live so I can get me some of those Freedom pickles.
Oh, heck yeah. And the big thing about it is we're also going to do pickle pouches down the road, the little pickle chips in the little sacks in the gas stations. We are going to do pickleback juices for the bars. We're going to have our brines in the restaurants so they cook with it. And
Nice.
we are going to try and get our pickle slices on every hamburger in America at every place like Mr. Beast Burgers, In-N-Out Burgers, maybe McDonald's. We will see.
Hey, if you're gonna go that far, then you have to get the Freedom relish to go with it, so you can get on every glizzy in America as
My
well.
brother, you must be in my head because we have tons of pickle recipes coming. We have our Calvary candy, which is like cowboy candy. They just own the name. It's a pickled jalapeno. We're doing other pickled vegetables, sauerkraut. We're doing sandwich relishes. We got a whole line of that. We've got sauces. We've got seasonings. It's coming, baby. We are going to take it over on the grocery store shelves.
But you're not only taking it over on the grocery store shelves, you're taking it over on the cooking front too, aren't you?
Oh, yes, I am. It's right. And these pickles, they're going to be everywhere. You just wait. It's coming. And I'm also, what do we got here? Oh, look at this.
Now,
There we go.
when
You
I
got
said
the.
taking over the cooking world, I also meant your slow cooker. This
Yeah, I
rock
know
pot
what you.
looks amazing.
I saw what you did there, and I appreciate it, folks. As a survivalist, as an off-gridder, when the power goes down, we're getting these things out to Western North Carolina. They're called the rock pot. That's right, not crock pot, rock pot. Why is that? Because with the rock pot, the great thing I love about it in a survival situation, you don't need a stove to cook with this thing. You don't need a plug. You don't need fuel. All you need is the rock pot, and you take the disc rock and you put it in your fire while you're getting warm and doing other survival tasks for 30 minutes. You put that rock in the rock pot. You put the pot in the sleeve inside the rock pot. Put your roast, your beef stew cuts, your chicken in the pot with the potatoes, with the vegetables. Close it up. It slow cooks over 3 to 5 hours, depending on what you're putting in there and how much. And by the you start in the morning, by the time it's time for lunch, after you've been hacking trees all day for firewood, you're going to have a nice meal for you and the whole family. And that's what's great. Doesn't take any fuel, doesn't take any electricity, no, and you don't need a stove. Now you can cook, you can heat the rock on your home stove if you wish to use this thing normally. You got to check it out. The link's down in our comments. It is amazing, this rock pot. It's running about, I think, $250 on the price.
Yeah,
But
it's on
man,
sale right now for $234.99 on the website.
there
It
you
comes
go.
with a
But
whole bundle, 7.5 quarts, so the slow cooks for up to 8 hours. Cool touch technology and
that's
dishwasher
right.
safe.
But use the link I provided, because what I do, I join up with these companies, right? I get a portion of those proceeds. When you buy it, it will come to me. What I do with that is I take those proceeds, I give them back to veterans, helping my homeless veteran cause with my other nonprofit. So anytime you see me promoting stuff like this, whatever, I do it, one, because I've tested the product for about 6 months and it's a good product. But two, I get a little cash back, and you are helping, and think of it as a donation back here to help veterans out, to help the victims in Western North Carolina, and now the fire victims. I use this money for good causes, mostly veterans. But when these other disasters happen, I like to have the ability to help out there too, because that's just the kind of guy I am. All right. So I don't take this and put it in my pocket. I take that extra, the cash that they're going to give to their own pocket. I get a little off of it. I put it back to good use. So come on, help us out. This rock pot, I promise you, yes, it's $239, but think of all the fuel you would save in dollars and cents by using this as opposed to a Coleman 2-burner propane stove or your barbecue
The
grill.
link you gave me was rockpotusa.com.
That's right. rockpotusa.com. And we'll put the links out because if you go to any of my social medias, you'll see I talk about this stuff. The links are usually in there too. But And that would be at EJ Snyder 333 on Instagram, X, Clapper, TikTok, EJ Snyder on Facebook, blue check. You can tell I got 219,000 followers there. And on YouTube, it's Survive with EJ. Go subscribe today. We're getting ready to start 1 minute tips, tricks, and hacks again, and some long-term gear videos over there. And you're not going to want to miss it. Even though I'm doing stuff with Survival Mastery, I got to keep teaching everybody else. So we're going to have that going on too.
Now, with all of this you got going on, when the hell do you have time to sleep? Because you're still doing classes, aren't you?
I'm still running classes. We got classes coming up the first weekend of March, the first weekend of April, and the middle weekend around the 16th in May. And we're going to be in Chesapeake, Ohio. And each of those classes are a weekend class. We'll get the link up to you. I think I posted on my social media at one point. Go to Corporal's Corner, Sean Kelly. He's posting about it. It's going to be me, Sean, Trent, and another guy that I haven't personally met before, but he's a really good instructor. We're going to be round robining you through the training. You're going to love it. We teach, show you, demonstrate, and then you do it. So it gets a little bit of stress factor in there because now you have to perform what you saw. Then we get in there and we coach and we get it right. And that's the best way to learn. It's like pain-based learning. And I sleep like here. Armed Forces Brewing Company out of Norfolk, Virginia. It's the best beer on the planet. It's a veteran-owned company. And what the thing is, it's a privately owned company. So you can go to Armed Forces Brewing Company and buy shares and own it too. We're mostly owned by veterans, active duty, and first responders, but we got a lot of patriots over there. And we honor the armed forces with this beer. Money goes also back to the veterans. But the SEAL that shot Bin Laden, Rob O'Neill, he is one of the founding owners. And so we got a good beer product. I'm a brand ambassador. I'm on their Army Advisory Board, and I'm a major shareholder owner in the company. I'm out promoting this great all-American beer. It is a great company, a great tasting beer. Our Preamble is replacing Bud Light. Our Cat Shot is taking over Yingling. And we've got some great IPAs. If you're an IPA, we got IPA special hops. We got Grunt double barrel IPA. We've got a Death from Above chocolate stout. Oh my God. And we've got over 30 different flavors at our tap room in Norfolk. We're getting tap rooms all over the country. The beers are getting in all the exchanges and all over the country. We're taking over the East Coast. It's going to be amazing.
Now,
and
is there online sales for the beer as well?
You can go online, Armed Forces Brewing Company, learn all about the company. I think you can order online as well, and they can ship it to you, at an additional cost. We got people that drive to Norfolk every other weekend just to resupply their stock. I mean, this is a good company, great Americans, good patriots, mostly veterans. It's a great company. And then I have a tow truck company in Tampa called Tober Me. And if you're not sober, call Tober. We'll get you and your vehicle home safe for $60 for the first 10 miles, $2 after that. But who doesn't want to have a nice time, know they can get home, and their car's going to be there with them, so they don't have to wake up the next day with a hangover to go find their car, take another Uber. So
that is cheaper than Uber.
That's right. And so you pay a small price, you get home safe, we save your life. You don't hurt nobody else. So we're providing a service that's good for the public. I love smart ideas. And when this fan of mine, he messaged me on my fan page, and he told me about this idea, and he wanted me to be a part of it. And me being the entrepreneur, I'm like, this is freaking great. So we're working that idea now. We're in the development phase. We're going to get some trucks. So if there's anybody out there that's got some tow trucks, wants to partner with us, let us know. We could probably bring you in on it, but we're trying to gather trucks right now. We've been renting them, but it's a little costly. Right. It's just where we're at now for proof of concept, but we're going to get there. And so then I cut off a bunch of other businesses. I had actually like 4 others. I sold an app I had to clear some space so I could really focus on all of these things. And then I get some sleep, like 5 hours a night, maybe.
Well, quiet minds want to know, all right? With all these legends coming out of retirement, Mike Tyson, Ric Flair, everybody wants one more under their belt. Do you see yourself coming back to Naked and Afraid?
Well, let me tell you something. I have been since let's first off salute Naked and Afraid this month, right now, right today. 12 years ago, me and Kelly were in Tanzania, Africa, filming the pilot episode. Why I'm the
Look at
Godfather.
that.
12 years ago. Can you
Now I feel
believe it?
honored, and this feels a little, dare I say, meant to be for you to be here on the
Yes.
12th anniversary with me for Naked and Afraid. That's amazing.
12 years ago, Kelly and I were stepping on the field. So crazy. Just so crazy. And so I got 6 challenges, that many taps. I think you can see that, right? How many is that?
I don't know. It doesn't look like there's anything there to me. Great big
Looks like
hole.
a big goose egg, right? 206 days. Over the last 3 years, I've been asked back about 6 different times. I've signed up for every time, but for whatever reason, network canceled, something happened, this, that, personal things, my daughter getting married, mom had cancer, I had to either pull out or something happened. But we're going to try and make that happen in 2025. So you just stay tuned. But in the meantime, you can get to survivalmastery.com and see this guy with the same flair and the same energy teaching you survival with the same wit and charm. And this younger mug, because the videos we got on there for 2020. But get over there and learn with us. And you see this guy, because here's the big kicker. On Survival Mastery, we're going to start doing entertainment, survival adventure shows as well, like you see on Discovery, Nat Geo, the History Channel. And we're going to get that going. And you're going to be entertained as well on this platform for a very low price of a couple lattes. But if these guys over at Discovery don't get their act together, I'm not saying I'm going to jump ship, but you know what? I don't mind going out to the woods by myself. I've done it on Naked and Afraid. I do it a lot here in my real life. And I think I could definitely stay out there a couple 120 days or so by myself and build a fortress and call it, Fort Skull Crusher. And maybe be alone for a while. I would really like to do that. But I
don't know what a guy with your talents and all the ventures you have with trying to teach people the skills they need to survive out there. I think a smart network would listen to this and think, damn, EJ Snyder should have his own show taking newbies and beginners out to the wild, elimination style, and seeing who can last under the tutelage of the Godfather.
Survival, Greenhorn Survival. We've actually kicked that idea around, believe it or not, Jason. So you're not too far off. And we've kicked it. I think the upcoming season of Naked Afraid is going to show. I was supposed to do one of those episodes with some greenhorns, but whatever. Budgeting right now is very tough. Networks are having a lot of budgeting issues. The whole streaming thing really flipped the boat on the world, and they're scrambling trying to figure out how to deal with it. And it does come down to dollars a lot of times. But you're right on the point about that one. Now, I got this great team I've joined up with last year called the Pacific Northwest PNW Survival Games. And I went out there last year. I had to check it out. I kept hearing about this. Some of my friends were instructing out there. I was like, hey, I want to be a part of this. How can I come out and help? So I went out there and I checked out these guys, Tony and Phil. They put this together. They've done it, I think, 2 times now. What they do is they team people up in teams of 2, everyday people, and they go and learn from an instructor like 30 minutes to maybe 45 minutes. Then they got anywhere from 30 minutes to 90 minutes to produce the task. And they rate and they what we do is we make the survival stress about the time. There's a time constraint. You have to do it a certain way. There's a skill intent. And it's so much fun. These people went out there, and to watch them do and put into action what you just taught them on a competition. And they had some big grand prizes for first, second, and third place. It was over a weekend. Go look them up online, PNW Survival Games. We're actually trying to turn it into a TV program of 10 episodes for a season and have 12 12 two-person teams compete against each other over this series of this event. Make it really grueling. But we had, I think, 35 teams this summer out in Oregon. It was a lot of fun, man. And then you're camping at night. You're hanging out with guys like with myself, other survival legends out there like Dana White, old Wild Man Dan. This dude's 72 years old, and he has the same amount of energy I got. Now, I'm 59, but this guy, I'm like, I want to be like Dan when I'm 72. This dude's he's running and doing belly floppers on the ground. I'm like, I want to be like this guy. He's great. And then we had Afro survivalist, this girl, Sharon. She was an African-American urban type survivalist. She's into preparedness. She's out of Washington. Really knowledgeable. She figures it out. She grew up in a military family, so she wasn't military herself, but she's got that kind of persona. And we had Byko from Alone out there. It was really, really a great time. So check it out. If you want to sign up for it, I think they're taking applications now for the next upcoming summer event. We're trying to do 2 a year, but we're still trying to dial it in. But there's a lot of great events out there, folks. I got to tell you, if you want to get around people about survival, just look under USA Preppers. I think it's USA Preppers website. There's a lot of the shows are out there. There's a lot in the eastern section of the country, but there are some out west. But there's a thing called Prepper Camp at the end of September in North Carolina. It's a really good one. There's Georgia Bushcraft in November down in Watsonville, Georgia. You got our survival classes coming up. There's several events I'm going to be out at throughout the year. So make sure you subscribe to ejsnyder.com. Follow me on social medias because I'm going to tell you all about it. Whoa, there we go. Look at that guy. And I'm also getting ready to start doing these overland expos. I want to attend these overland expos because survival affects everybody. Don't matter where you're at, who you're with, anywhere, anytime. It's going to happen. So like I've been working on my own vehicle for being off grid and being part of that expo world. And those folks don't have anybody really paying attention to them to help them with their basic survival stuff. So we're going to start branching out to those folks too.
Well, you definitely are branching out in not only the familiar ways, but in the uncomfortably unfamiliar ways, and you're rocking it in both aspects.
Thank you.
I don't know if anybody else has told you, but from one fan to one of the greatest of all time on Naked and Afraid, I'm proud of what you're doing outside of that. You have a lot going on, and I can't wait to see what else you have in the future.
And again, prayers for everyone affected by all these natural disasters from last year and going into the new year, starting off with these poor people. Houses are burned down. And these survival disaster situations, they're not prejudiced. They don't care who you are. You've got everyday Americans affected by it, and you've got all these Hollywood elites. Mel Gibson was just talking about his house getting burned down. And we're all human. Don't matter that they're a movie star. It don't matter if you lose $10,000 worth of stuff in your home or $10 million. That's all yours. That's your whole world. And you can't replace pictures and things like that. I tell people all the time, you better keep all your important documents in a Ziploc bag in case of a flood or whatever, but so you can just grab it, your insurance papers, your marriage certificates, all your birth certificates, and get out the door. Because when these disasters happen, these people had 15 minutes to pack a bag and get out. What are you going to take? You better take a piece of paper and write yourself an evac list and better number it from 1 to whatever. The most important thing on that list better be your family members and your pets. And then number 2 and boom, 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 boom. And you better have it grab and go. And so when we say have a go bag for survival, you need to have an evac bag in case a natural disaster hits you like a fire or a flood, with some clothes in there, a jacket, something to cover all the 4 seasons, along with some water and a few things, and be ready to go. Because 15 minutes, if you think that's a long time, it's over in the blink of an eye.
Definitely. And the only place that you can get all of this professional knowledge from the Godfather is Survival Mastery, or go pick up his book, Home Preparedness, the ultimate guide for bugging in during natural disasters, pandemics, civil unrest, and more. EJ, I know you.
My mic went out. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yep.
All right. Well, let me try that again. I know you're a very busy man, and we don't want to keep you too much longer because we're probably encroaching on your 5 hours of sleep right about now. So, what I want to do is give you the floor to give these people one last chance to hear your message and where we can find all your stuff.
All right. So go to ejsnyder.com, subscribe there. You can see all my social media links there to link up with me on social media. But again, Twitter or X now. Let's see. Instagram, TikTok, and Clapper. It's at EJ Snyder 333. On Facebook, it's EJ Snyder. Look for the Naked Afraid profile pic. And over at YouTube, it's Survive with EJ. Go to those pages. Follow me there. Get to all these other things. All the links are all over my social medias for all this stuff. Go to my link tree is in my bio. But please, folks, first and foremost, it's a new year. And that means it's new beginnings. You don't worry about what's in the rearview mirror, because guess what? It don't matter no more. Whatever's back there isn't important. What's ahead, you have no control over what's ahead. You don't. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. So live in the now. Hug those and tell those that are right next to you, left and right, you love them. Pray every day. Be a better man or a woman than you were the day before. Help others and be kind to each other. And remember, the words and actions you take with somebody you meet in the street, a stranger or anybody, can change or save their life. It will affect them. I promise you that. So every day I wake up and try to affect one life, and that is like a little pebble in a pond. And that ripple goes way out, and that's where it's most effective. Be the light, be positive, stay positive, and take care of yourselves and your loved ones. It's a dangerous world out there. The enemy is here, so be aware and keep your face out of this phone thing here and pay attention to what's going on around you, and stay safe and survive on. Yeah!
Yeah, absolutely. Do me one small favor. Tell the people out there, thank you for tuning in to Talking Junk.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Talking Junk. We'll see you next time. Yeah.
Yeah, EJ, thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it. The next time you're in the tri-state area, along where you somewhere along Mass, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, wherever, in driving distance, let me know. We'll meet up. We'll do this in person.
You got it, my brother. Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. God bless. I'm humble.
Pleasure's all mine. Now, there you have it, folks. I told you. EJ will come on as soon as he has the chance, as soon as our schedules meld together. But what are the chances we had him on the 12th anniversary of his very first Naked and Afraid episode? I do feel honored. And like he said, you have to make sure you have your head up, your eyes on the prize, and focus on your surroundings, because you never know what the fuck is going on in this world. Yes, a smile can save a life. So please listen to EJ. Make sure that you go anywhere and make somebody's day just that special. And, honestly,
Thank you for tuning in to Talking Junk.